Well, you never truly forget that way, Black. Most likely, her heart stayed back in those memories.
But do you think he can still be found?
I do, Black.
Look like hell. Look like that, yeah.
Well, come the next day, I picked up Black like we always did. Oh, Henry. Came right away. Something's wrong. Hey there, Black.
Hello.
Give me up, Henry. Well, looks like you got found. spent time with us being a male carrier. I was a female carrier once. Up until she asked me to put her down. Oh, that was my life.
May I help you?
Well, I think you better. You know me well now. Maybe that's a bit different than most.
Oh, was that the mail?
Oh, man. Yes, it's all right.
Oh, teacher.
Mrs. Mabel sent you something, too.
Mrs. Mabel?
Yeah, it's an ad. Marvelous mother.
Yes, I did.
Yes, sir. I tried my best to cheer her up. There wasn't any change in her pretty, sad face. And there was something more. I could see that she was starved for something. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I was determined that I was going to help her find it.
So tired.
As a non-profit ministry, we declare that we support our listeners by taking that mission. Your gifts are tax deductible, and your prayers essential as we build Christ-like character, one story at a time. For copies of the Candle in the Window, or if you'd like to find the drama for your family collection, you visit us online at runway.net or call 1-888-246-7721. And now, for a look at our next week on Platform Theater. Oh, yeah, look at us in other rooms. What's the sound? You still remember what that special record means to us. We are going to put a candle in our window, everybody's window, as a sign that the light of the world has come.
Glory! Did we have one in front? She could preach that tonight.
Here's John Davis. We've enjoyed our visit. Come next week. For all this work, yeah, as we haven't tried to fit.
Pastors, ministers, evangelists, and apostles, are you looking to convert your sermons from cassettes to CDs? Are you looking to edit your messages to create ministry series? Or do you want to convert your messages and offer downloads on the internet? Call 754-24-MUSIC. Call 754-24-MUSIC to convert your sermons to CD. Don't let your powerful messages sit in the corner and store it. Digitize it, edit it, and master your messages on CD for distribution. Convert your sermons for iPods, MP3s. Edit your messages for radio broadcasting and internet streaming. Call 754-24-MUSIC and watch as God convert His people using your gifts. Call Rhythm and Gospel 754-246-8742. www.godsave.webs.com. It's the Guts Gospel.
Tell your neighbor it's on the way. Better than ever. Dr. Larry D. Reed and the Breakthrough Singers right here on Guts Gospel United Saved. A variety talk show with a Christian point of view, hoping that you will have the guts to tell somebody about Jesus. It's on the way. Yeah, I know somebody said that ain't Christmas music. Well, it is Christmas music to me because it's Christ Mass. What? Yeah, it's a celebration of Christ right here on Gospel United Saved. Guts with Dr. Larry D. Reed, and Better Than Ever is on the way. Yeah, you ought to get ready for it. You ought to be prepared for it. You ought to go ahead and give God the glory and the praise for it. By the way, if you'd like to call in, and I'd like to say happy birthday to Amazing Grace. Yeah, it's her birthday today, December 16th, 2013, and we thank God for that, and we are grateful, and we do want to celebrate and give a shout out. Anyone else want to do it and you want to say happy birthday to Amazing Grace, you can give us a call at 877-217-5375, 877-217-5375. Option number 2, get you to the live broadcast, and we do thank God for each and every one of you who are tuned into the broadcast and who are listening up. We are grateful for what God is doing right here and right now. Yeah, it's big old happy birthday to Amazing Grace. And I tell you, That goes out to you, Dr. Amazing Grace, Dr. Larry Reed, and Breakthrough Singers singing Better is on the way, or say better than ever. It's on the way, because you are doing better than ever, and it is on the way. So we do thank God for each and every one of you who are tuned in to the broadcast and who are listening up and who are praising God and who are giving God the glory. And I thank God for it. MJ, he's just taking nothing away from any artist, but I'll tell you, my girl, Francine Murphy, is straight up vocal beast for the kingdom. And I tell you, she really is. We've played some of her music before, and the girl is awesome. Thanks, MJ, for the information and the confirmation about Francine Murphy. And by the way, she is a local artist here, right here in South Florida. So we do thank God for that, and we are grateful to everyone who is tuning in and who is listening, and wherever you may be across the globe. Again, if you'd like to wish Amazing Grace a happy birthday today, you can do so simply by calling in 877-217-5375. Option number 2 gets you to the broadcast, and we do thank God for those of you who would do that. Also, if you want to for prayer requests or just to listen in, you can do that as well. We do thank God for all of you who are listening up and who are being a part of the Guts Gospel Night to Save, who have the guts to tell somebody about Jesus. I do want to say that we thank God for all those who work with us, those who partner with us. We are working towards being able to partner with other people and getting connected with other churches and other ministries. If you'd like to be one of those ministries or churches or partners, please give us a call, 877-217-5375. That's 877-217-5375, option number 2. We'll get you to the broadcast, and we do thank God for those of you who are listening in and who are doing what they do best, which is helping us out as we continue to strive and to move forward in ministry and move forward in doing the work of the kingdom. And you are the ones who help me to do that. So I thank you again for all of your help and all of your assistance and everything that you do in order to get me to the place where I can work with and bring people to a place or a point of breakthrough. Thank you for doing that, South Florida. And thank you for those of you all around the globe who are helping with that endeavor as well. I told you on this week we're going to come back and deal with the leader's lifelong commitment, developing potential leaders. The growth and development of people is the highest calling of leadership. We're going to be dealing with that. That's part of our ongoing personal development series. But also on this week, we're going to talk about Jesus is Born. After all, this is the season to talk about the birth of Christ. This is the time when we discuss that, and we want to continue to discuss that. So that's going to be going on as our week-to-week discussion. Now, before we go any further, I want to talk about rooted in love as far as a devotion for today. Rooted in love. I will make you my wife forever, showing you righteousness and justice, unfailing love and compassion. I will be faithful to you and make you mine, and you will finally know me as the Lord. Hosea, chapter 2, verse 19 through 20. Now, at times it's difficult to read the words of the prophets. Repeatedly, they convey messages of warning and dire consequences if God's people do not turn from their sinful ways. Sometimes the harsh messages obscure the very reason God sent prophets to warn his people, because of his deep love for them. When we talk about the covenant that exists between God and his people, Israel, it is more than a formal legal agreement between two parties. It is a pact rooted in love. Jewish literature often portrays the covenant between God and Israel as a marriage, established through vows and built on a foundation of mutual love and commitment. Through the prophet Hosea, for example, God addresses Israel as a husband would address his intended wife. I will make you my wife forever. I will be faithful to you and make you mine. Hosea chapter 2, verses 19 and 20. This covenantal relationship between God and Israel is a powerful force in Jewish life. Observant Jews renew their commitment to God daily by observing his commandments and by linking themselves to the chain of Jewish nations. They acknowledge their personal relationship with God and spend time nurturing it. Every morning, Jewish worshippers don ritual objects called tefillin, which consist of black leather straps and boxes containing biblical verses. Worshippers fasten the tefillin to themselves as an outward expression of their being bound to God. As they wrap the tefillin around their fingers, they recite the verse that we read from Hosea. Wearing the tefillin is like putting on a wedding band. It daily reaffirms their love for God. Christians and Jews differ on many points of theology, but we share the powerful bond that we are all called into an intimate, mutual, and loving relationship with God that requires us to seek His face daily in prayer, listen to His voice by studying His word, and obeying Him. So a Christian reflection on our intimate relationship with God, because we looked at it from the Jewish perspective. But right now, the Hebrew Bible's teaching that our covenant relationship with God is more than a legal arrangement is continued in the New Testament's depiction of our relationship with Jesus as a marriage. In Ephesians chapter 5, verse 31 and 32, Paul quotes from Genesis chapter 2, verse 24. A man leaves his father and mother and is joined to his wife, and the two are united into one. And then applies this verse to our relationship with Christ. This is a great mystery, but it is an illustration of the way Christ and the church are one. Knowing we have such an intimate relationship with God should lead us to respond with prayer, listening to His word, and obedience. So consider this. If your relationship with God is not rooted in love, then your relationship with God may not be where you need it to be. We thank God for you all tuning into the broadcast. You are tuned into Guts Gospel United Save, a variety talk show with a Christian point of view, hoping that you will have the guts to tell somebody about Jesus. We thank God for all of you who are tuned in and who are listening up. We want to remind you that we are indeed looking at and we are indeed covering what would be a lot of different things that are going on around South Florida and in the continental United States and various activities. And we share with you about different community events and different things that are going on. One thing we'd love to share with you and continue to share with you is the fact that on December 28th, we will be having the Red Door Cafe. It will actually take place and it will go forth. And we thank God for those of you who would be with us for that Red Door Cafe. And it's right there on the corner of 12th Avenue and 8th Street. And you just look for the Red Door. It is basically a Christian fellowship, a time of hanging out, a gospel entertainment kind of mecca, if you will, where we can come together and enjoy one another's company, enjoy gospel music, enjoy gospel poetry, and be able to bring friends and loved ones, those who are saved and those who are not saved, to witness ministry without religiousness. So we're developing relationship and not just religion. Also, it was the night before Christmas, and we're doing it again. Join the youth department at the Fort Lauderdale Multicultural Church of God in Christ for the Christmas extravaganza, Sunday, December 22nd at 6 p.m., and that's all happening at the Fort Lauderdale Multicultural Church of God in Christ, 744 Northwest 12th Avenue in the city of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And we're asking you to continue to help us in our teddy bear drive and our blanket drive, and make sure you drop it in the box. We're going to have a great time. On last night at the Fort Lauderdale Multicultural Church of God in Christ, we had a wonderful time with Evangelist Carolyn Landers and the Lewis sisters. It was a wonderful youth service. And every third Sunday evening, we have a fabulous youth service at the Fort Lauderdale Multicultural Church of God in Christ, 744 Northwest 12th Avenue in the city of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where the senior pastor is none other than Superintendent Roger A. Grimes of the Saltwalk District. His assistant pastor is none other than Bishop Lewis Smith. His youth pastor is none other than Lady Aurelia Grimes. And his mother's board president is Mother Lois Jones. Now, also the women's ministry of Fort Lauderdale Church of God in Christ is getting ready for their women's conference in 2014. And we've got lots of things coming up, lots of events, pre-events and events that are getting ready to happen. Definitely would love you to check out Fort Lauderdale Kojic.org. That's spelled out Fort Lauderdale COGIC.org for more information about what's going on and to take a look at and to be more familiar with the Fort Lauderdale Multicultural Church of God in Christ. Now, as I was telling you about these events, and I'm going to kind of go through some of the pre-events, but the actual conference is April 11th through the 13th, and the theme is Women of Faith Rising Up to Combat the Attacks of Satan to Break Every Chain. And Saturday, January 11th at 10 a.m. is a prayer walk. Saturday, January 18th, prayer breakfast. January 24th, it's the Power of Prayer service at 7:30 p.m., and then the Power of Faith service on February 7th at 7:30 p.m., followed by the Power of Unity service on March 14th at 7:30 p.m. And then on February 22nd, we will be impacting the community with love. We'll be going out and we'll be walking the streets, reaching out to people, cleaning up our area, and talking to those who are around. We are asking that you all would help us out and be a part. Any of those things interest you, you ought to come on and be with us. And we are looking for others to be a participant in the service. So we'll be talking to some of you, and some of you, if you are singers, preachers, writers, facilitators, give us a ring. Let us know what you can do. 877-217-5375. That's 877-217-5375. And that's the Guts Network hotline. Now, there are various things on there, various options you can choose. Listen to the options if you have no idea what you want to do. But if you are trying to be on the broadcast or listen to the broadcast, option number 2 is the pick for you. And we thank God for you all tuning into the broadcast. I'm Nikki V, hoping you will have the guts to tell somebody about Jesus. Well, once again, happy birthday, Amazing Grace, and we'll be back after this.
And Bill Lipton shares advice on everyday living.
Do you believe of God or in God? You might ask, what's the difference? Is there a difference between believing of my president or in my president? Is there a difference between believing of my team or in my team? When I believe of something, I believe it exists. That's it. When I believe in something, I trust it will never let me down. Believing in God is the same way. When believing in God, there is power in changing the lives of those who believe. When believing of God, there's only a belief in His existence, and it feels historic and empty. What kind of belief do you have? Is it empty and historic, or is it alive and full of power?
This has been Principles for Living, Truth for Today, Tomorrow, and Forever, featuring author and Christian businessman Bill Zachman. You can read Bill's blog at principlesforliving.org.
This is our slogan. We say that HIV/AIDS stops with me. If you can say this, and then you can be able to take a stand with us that says, if I have HIV/AIDS, I will not spread it. And if I don't have HIV/AIDS, I will not acquire it. HIV/AIDS stops with me. Brought to you by the Collaboration for Restoring Families Incorporated and this radio station. Together, we can.